Pelo Modiga on You Before Noon. Weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Only on UFM.
A fabulous morning to you on a Tuesday, the 14th of October. Welcome to You Before Noon. My name is Pelo Modiga. Oh my goodness. So today, because it's a Tuesday, we are very much tuned in. So we're going to be having a conversation with someone from the Catholic Church. We're talking about the Holy Communion. Yeah, there's been some changes there within the Catholic Church in terms of the Holy Communion, from wine to water. From water to wine. Listen, that's the conversation we're having in the second hour onwards. That is definitely something that you don't want to miss. Otherwise, because some of the changes are happening, because the wine itself has become something that is super, super popular, they've decided to kind of put an end to it. Yeah. Okay, so that's what we're talking about to come the second hour. But for now, it's Tapelong coming up. Good morning. Taking us to about 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Good morning. Welcome to You Before Noon with myself, Pelo Modiga, all the way up until midday, right? So we're currently going to be getting into Tapelong, matters of the heart. You know, Anonza entrusted us with a dilemma and is requesting for you and I to actually assist them, right? Very tough, dilemmas that we sometimes deal with. Very, very difficult, situations that people find themselves in. And for somebody to trust us to say, listen, this is my issue and please help me out. It's something that we don't take lightly. So thank you, Anonza, for entrusting us. So Anonza this morning says, Dear Pelo, I'm a 28-year-old man, and for as long as I can remember, there's been an empty space in my heart, the space where a father's love should have been. Growing up without my dad was never easy, but I always believed that one day, when I was ready, my mother would tell me who he was. Recently, I gathered the courage to ask her. I wanted answers, not out of anger, but because I needed closure. I needed to know where I come from, who I am. She hesitated at first, but eventually told me about a man she claimed was my father, and I reached out to him. And after some convincing, he agreed to a paternity test. The results came back negative. That moment broke me, not just because the man wasn't my father, but because it became clear that my mother was the one person I trusted to know the truth. Didn't even know who my father is. I felt betrayed, embarrassed, and lost. It's like my whole identity is now a question mark. Pelo, I don't know how to actually deal with this disappointment. I love my mother, but I can't look at her the same way. How do I forgive her for not protecting my truth, for allowing me to grow up fatherless and now confused and angry? Do I keep searching for the man who gave me life, or do I accept that some answers may never come? What advice do you have for Anonza in this situation? It's 20 after 9. The dilemma is making me super emotional. I feel for you, Anonymous. You know, when you're trying to find that missing piece in that puzzle, right? And you're trying to find it and you can't find it because without it, there'll always be that hole, that missing piece that, no one and nothing can fill except for the actual piece itself, right? And that's where Anonza is right now. That's Sandy with Woza. Jennifer Hudson came in with Where You At. Kelly Rowland with EVE with Like This. And of course, Vusanova with Black Sweater. Music that's in tune with you. Still busy with a dilemma on our hands. Today, Anonza is a 28-year-old man. And he grew up without a father, right? So recently, Anonza plucked up the courage to ask mother, then, pointed to a specific father. But then only to find out that that is not the actual father because the paternity tests came back negative. So Anonza is very heartbroken, feels betrayed, feels embarrassed as well, and feels like his entire, identity now has this big question mark on it. And he's just asking, how do I deal with this disappointment? I love my mom, but I can't look at her the same way. How do I forgive her for not protecting my truth? And he's asking, do I keep searching for this man, who gave me life, or do I just accept that certain answers never come? They might never even come. One thing I know about Baholo Barona and our parents is that sometimes they make certain decisions which might feel like they are punishment, but they are actually protection to a certain extent, because they maybe know what the truth might break us instead of build us. And as a result, they might keep it to themselves. But then again, the older generation can keep a secret. They will keep a secret either to protect themselves or to protect you. But one thing I know for a fact is that is an art that they have mastered. What advice do you have for Ananza?
Hey Pelo,
Hey,
how are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm in the same predicament. I also don't know my father,
Sorry to hear that.
and I understand the urge to try and seek to find out the roots of where you come from.
Yeah.
It's not that your mother doesn't know; your mother knows. The problem is, why is she withholding information? What type of person was your father? So I feel like you should have that discussion with your mother, and from there, then you'll take a decision to find out if you really wanna know him or you're just gonna let this go. But talk to your mother, man, and find out Jintang. Oh, I know that very well, dog.
Yeah.
Then until date, I don't know the dude. Understand, bro.
Yeah, it can be quite frustrating because, we all want that information. But we and when you don't have that, it's almost like you're carrying a void. Your identity is not full. You're not having the full picture about who you really are. And it could be very, very hard, to get into spaces like marriage and bringing up children and so forth when you yourself do not have the full picture of your own identity. Hey, Anons is saying, listen, I need my father. I need to know who my father is so that I'm able to, understand myself a little bit better. Finding your identity is extremely important. We often speak about it, how it shapes our lives, how it shapes who we are, how we even step into life as well. Oh my goodness, my voice. How we even step into life, identity helps. It helps. It really does help. So Ananza is a 28-year-old man and he is looking for, his father. But of course, he's also losing faith in his mother because he feels like his mother is just throwing him in different directions to the point where he doesn't understand. He's asking whether he should pursue, this adventure of finding the man who gave him life, or he should just accept, that some answers may just never come because it doesn't look like Mama is the one who's going to be, telling what exactly is going on and who the father of Ananza is, because there was one man that she pointed to. They went and did the paternity test and unfortunately it came back negative. So Ananza at this point, what advice do you have for Ananza?
Morning, Pelo.
Good morning.
It's hectic.
Yeah.
What I could say is, sometimes they say mothers are the ones that protect their children.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she might have a reason for not telling the guy his real father. I think he must sit down with her again.
Mm-hmm.
And find out why she lied. Maybe there is a valid reason why she's hiding this whole truth to the guy. Mm-hmm. So talk to her, my guy, or ask maybe your uncles. Maybe they might know. I don't know. Maybe they might know. But my guy, this is hectic. It's Tiko in Sandras Park, Dango.
Thank you, Tiko. Off to the social pages I go. I see there is a message from Fifi Jones. Fifi Jones says, ask her to point you to other men whom she suspects to be your father, since she doesn't know who your real father is. You'll have to keep on doing DNAs until you find the real father. That's if you find him. Sometimes when mothers don't disclose who the father of their children is, it's because, they themselves don't know, which of course could be seen as somewhat of a careless act. And the shame as well that comes with it could be the reason why, she is not coming forth and, disclosing who the father is.
Dumela Pelo Modiga le baretsi ba go batsa pelong. Dilo tse dintseng jaaka tse ha motsadi gantsi a gana go bolella ngwana gore ra go ke mang, you'll find out or maybe motsadi o embarrassed, or maybe the father o ke a married man, so o tshaba gore ga ka bua dilo di tlo tswela mo pepeneneng a heletsa lelapa la motho mongwe le thubegile. But at the ending ngwana ene ke ngwana batho mo tlhoka go itse kwa tswang teng. In most cases se fitlhela dio tsa go tsa ba sentle mo botshelong badimo ba gago ba tlhoka gore re ba Africa badimo ba gago ba tlhoka gore ba go itse le na ikitse gore tswa kae. So ha di di nna ka tsela e nna something else because go ra mama o embarrassed ka tabae. That's why go nne go bolela ngwana gore no papa ga ke mama ga ire di paternity test mara di tla se jole. So I just wish gore ba ka hitlhela tharabollo ya kgannye go nne le botshelo jo bo siameng go tswela pele man. Bua le the academy the sweeter the juice.
Yeah, I wish that for Anonza as well. Hey, there's nothing worse than, you know, running this world and not knowing exactly where your roots are at. Because especially with boy children and finding their identity, you know, they're quite, they want that to happen for themselves. Because now, motu wa hola, you know, oba ntate wa lelapa yourself, you know, you have to now, talk about your family tree, you know, otomagai, in instances when you don't even know who your dad truly is. So it can be quite a very difficult thing to navigate in life. But yeah, most people are also dealing with that as well, Ananza. So you are definitely not alone. It's you before noon on UFM in tune with you. My name is Pelo Modiga. Listen, we are dealing with a very heartbreaking dilemma on our hands. A young man, a 28-year-old man, is searching for his father, right? Trying to find the answers from his mother, but he is not getting the answers that he needs, honestly, right? So Anonza is heartbroken, and we are too, because, you know, we would want for Anonza to find, his father and to find his identity so that he can feel whole. Because when you're walking around, you know, Molifating, and you're trying to navigate certain spaces, you know, there's always that question mark, big question mark in your life, and you're asking yourself, Marak namang, you know, and that is exactly how Anonza is feeling. What advice do you have for Anonza?
Hey, Pelo.
Hey.
I hope you're good.
I'm good.
Advice I give for Anonymous is that we all want to know the roots, and at some point you will have to find him so that you get closure in a way. We have this thing already. Things don't go our way because of the certain parts or certain roots that we haven't got in touch with, which in some cases. So my advice is that sit down with mama, what kind of a person is papa, and if you want, go for him, go look for him.
Okay. All right. I guess transparency is what's needed, for the mother to just come out and say it. Anonza, I hope that you're ready for the truth as well.
Good morning, Pelo, and the UFM listeners. Nigera comment it. Stros got mara. Wow. Anonza angkaila Pelo. My advice to Anonza is to let it go. I know I might not know his reasons for wanting his dad, but clearly the mom might not know or have a lady. So now I advise Anonza to let it go. If it might be spiritually related, he belongs to his mom's side because Papa has separate. But if it's maybe him wanting the presence of a dad, maybe it's best that guy is not there. Because I think the father gave us the most probably he doesn't even know thing. So if I like I assume he is, I'll continue. I'm so sorry for what you're going through, my brother. Yeah, I guess hello. Thank you so much, Babe.
Thank you, Babe.
Hi, Pelo. How are you?
I'm getting
you
you.
know, sometimes it's very sad. I just raised my boy. It's among my sons, actually. I thought it was mine. I only find out 4 months ago that it's not even my son. And the mother and the sister, they knew about it. They've been collecting money from the real father. Even today, I can't tell my son that you are not mine. Can you imagine? The sister, she's a nurse. And it's sad. But I'm still trying to take it forward with my son. But I didn't tell him yet. So it's sad.
Sure. So many things are about to change, for you and for your child as well. Imagine the entire reality is about to just change just like that. Sure, Askisa, Abutaka, I'm so sorry that you're going through that.
Dumela.
Dumela.
Nna ke ne ke re mo go Anonza matsatsi a gompieno go na le se ba se bitsang ba re forensic genealogy. There are these companies tse di kgonang gore di ka builda di-family tree. So I suggest gore gongwe a ikopanye le tsona a utlwe gore ba mo senka bokae, then they will be gore ba mo kry-ele gore ragwe ke mang, ba go itse exactly gore ragwe ke mang ga ba builda family tree.
Okay. All right. I guess things are also moving with technology, eh? We're able to then find our families just like that. Okay.
Hi, my love. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Tuesday. I know that, to be honest with you, your mom, she knows who your dad is. I guess something happened and she's trying to protect you from learning the whole truth. And she told you about that other man that is your father. I think she knew that the guy is going to accept, and she didn't think that she'll go for DNA test. So I guess just forget about it. Continue loving your mom. Once she's ready to tell you, she's going to be open up to you. So for now, just forget about finding out who your father is. Your mom should open up to you one day.
It's easier said than done, hey? It's easier said than done, forgetting who your father is, when you can feel a void that needs to be kind of filled up there. But Anansa, that is the advice that we've got for you this morning. I hope that it helps you in some way. I'm so sorry that you're going through that, but love and light to you. But for now, it is 10 o'clock. It is time for us to find out what's happening with the news.
Pelo Modiga on You Before Noon. Weekdays, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Only on UFM.